Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our admin who gave us this translation. The translation, it reads like this. My name is Naledi, and I thought I knew what I was getting into with this lifestyle. Not a real name. I've been with a few blessers. I have seen things, but nothing could have prepared me for what I witnessed that night when we went to Mozambique. It was supposed to be a vacation. It was supposed to be me, all about me, since he had been dating me on the phone for a very long time. And he said that, babe, when we make love for the first time, it has to be special. Where do you want to go? And he then told me about this place in Mozambique where we could go and enjoy. So we went. To this day, I can still see it. When I close my eyes and the smell, I don't think I'll ever forget it. It all started so innocently. I met this man from Zim at a club in Sandton. Very beautiful, gorgeous, black. He was older, sophisticated, and most importantly, loaded. There is nothing that can make a man as attractive as a man that is fully loaded. He had a way about him, the confidence that made him stand out. He spotted me from across the room, and within minutes, he had bought me a drink, a designer purse, and was talking about whisking me away on a trip. I thought that I had hit the jackpot. He said that he wanted to show me the world, and I believed him. I was ready for an adventure, ready for whatever he had planned. Well, when he suggested Mozambique, I jumped at the chance. I had never been there. Besides, I knew that if I was going to get some good pictures there in Mozambique, then it was going to get me more blessings through my Instagram, because this was what another girl had taught me. Go to a beautiful hotel with a blesser, take some pictures there, and it can bring you more customers. And this luxury was too tempting to pass. And the thought of sandy beaches, beautiful weather, this made me to want to go on a trip with him. The trip started off like a dream. We stayed in a private villa right by the ocean with all the luxuries that money can buy. He spoiled me with shopping trips, fancy dinners, gifts that made me feel like a queen. But there were moments when I would catch a strange look in his eyes. He would be looking at me like he hated me. When I would turn around and I say, "What's wrong with you?" And he would be like, no, nothing. I'm just looking at the way that you are beautiful. Something that I could not quite place it. So I brushed it off, thinking that maybe it was just him liking the way that I am. Then one night he told me that there was a special event he wanted me to attend. He did not tell me that we'll be going to a Sangoma's house, for I would have refused because I'm a Christian woman, born and raised in a Christian family. So he lied to me that we were supposed to go to this other place where he had a business meeting with someone. Well, we drove into the countryside, far from the city lights and all the beautiful beaches. As the road got tougher, I started to feel uneasy. I asked him again and again, "Where are you taking me? Where are we going?" He just smiled and said, "No, it is a surprise. Come on, relax." I remember thinking that something felt off. And I was like, but in some horror movies, this is exactly the scenario. A guy takes you to a place in the bushes, then he kills you. Am I going to get killed? I was too afraid of asking and too afraid of disappointing him since he had not yet paid me. When we finally arrived, I realized we were in the middle of nowhere. The building looked like it had been abandoned for years, with broken windows, weeds growing through the cracks. Inside it was even worse. And when we got there, that was when I found out that there was a Sangoma that was waiting for us. And there was this big sack that was full of meat. So I just thought that it was beef. So it was kind of like weird having a business meeting in that kind of a place. And I did not know that it was a Sangoma because the man was dressed really properly and nice. But he had some other people with him. That was when we sat down. When we sat down on the floor, there was a red cloth that was laid on the ground. And then that was when my man, he started kneeling down, and then he was clapping his hands as he was speaking to that man. Oh, and I said, "Oh, so this is a Sangoma. So we came all this way so that you can speak with the Sangoma." Anyway, I was just observing there. And when We were sitting down like that. I saw a human head that fell out of that white sack that was full of the meat that I thought that it was beef. It just fell down. And the man just said, I'm sorry about that. He just casually apologized as if it was nothing. That a human head, this person had been recently murdered. That is what I am telling you right now. I got so scared. I watched in horror when I saw the head of a person falling down. And then he started clapping and clapping. He was given this other traditional plate. And then inside that traditional plate, there were some intestines. And I knew for a fact that those were human intestines that he ate. This man, he took a bite. He chewed it slowly, even though he wanted to cry, but he was being brave as a man. And after he was done, there were some things that they did, some exchange of money, some things that they spoke in Shona, their language, and I could not understand. The things that I saw, they really horrified me. I was shaking at the place where I was sitting. And then that Sangoma looked at me and said, Wenama, don't you want something that you can use to make you more attractive? And I did not even know how to respond. And when my blesser was like, the old one is speaking with you, you need to respond. It was as if I had been hit by electricity. I got scared. I wanted to scream. And he was the one who replied. And he said, no, she's fine. She is with me. There is no need for her to be more beautiful. That man prophesied and said that, yeah, he is with you, but he's already thinking about other men that she left in her country. So this one, she is after money. They both laughed. And then I felt humiliated, embarrassed. And then we got up, we got to the car. We drove back to the place where we were staying. The man then booked the next flight for me. He tricked me. It was as if he had booked the flight for me and him. I later found out that it was only one flight. I was like, what is this all about? He then said that he still needed to do some businesses in Mozambique and he would follow me. Since that day, I don't know if this guy has returned back to South Africa illegally or what. His calls, you can never get in touch with him. I tried to track him down on Facebook. Already he was using a ghost account. And I really do not know where this guy is. But the things that I saw when I was still in Mozambique, they truly horrified me. To this day, I am scared of going out with someone that I don't even know. Dear listeners, right, there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admin who gave us this translation. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.